NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Brandon Wilson to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. First down. Here's Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
11.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he's taken down inside the 30. Joe Burrow in year number 2, moving around pretty good considering the seriousness of his injury last year. If you're a defensive coordinator here, what are you trying to do to slow Joe Burrow down?
I think you want him to be in rhythm. I think you want him to be on time. And normally you want to take that away from a quarterback, make him hold it a little bit longer. But when he has a chance to maneuver around the pocket, sometimes get out of it, big plays result. I want him throwing the ball on time and then tackling the receivers so there's no extra yardage.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And it's caught. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Beautiful throw right there on 3rd down, and it looked like this was going to be 6 points, but a nice touchdown-saving tackle at the end of this. Even still, this offense is knocking on the door now with a 1st and goal at the 1.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
On 2nd and goal, 1 man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals Jimmy. This defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary in that last possession, though.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. Now room for Eckler. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
3rd and 2, Herbert. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Herbert operating from the red zone. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd down. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about them picking up that one? That was big for them.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Herbert now. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Williams loses the football, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get him down past the 15.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Mixon will try the right side. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A handoff to Mixon. Gets it up around the 22 and no further. Did show some power on the run, but not a whole lot of room. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. Yeah, and that was sheer determination right there. He decided before the play, if there was a sliver, he was going to take advantage of it. Looked the ball in, turned on the Jets, and took it all the way. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert, and that'll be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Herbert. That'll be caught by the rookie, Josh Palmer. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Eckler, touchdown, Chargers. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7.
Makes the score Bengals 20, Chargers 7. Dustin Hopkins is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Burrow. To Mixon on the check down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. And he fends him off. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Asante Samuel. And the Chargers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Herbert. He dumps this one off to Jackson, the running back. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. It's complete to Cook. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14.
Mixing score, Bengals 20, Chargers 14.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Throwing again on second down. Burrow. That is caught. It's Uzomah. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Right side.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now Burrow on 1st down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield, and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 40. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Going deep here for Allen. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
A final shot before the break for Herbert. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trailed as we get back underway. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this is Cook with a grab. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there. And he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen. And the Bengals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he's been able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
11 MT paint. 11 MT paint.
First down. Here's Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Go. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Big 13. Big 13. 11, 11, 11, 11.
Again, it's Mixon. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 63 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Burrow. He'll get this out to his running back, Perine. Touchdown! Samaje Perine. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Ty Long now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jerry Tillery. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll look to throw here. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Kevin Huber now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is brought in at the 21. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. To throw on 2nd and 6. Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's Ty Long now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And how about this, a fake? And he's going to let it go deep. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. And they go play action now. Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Second and 11 now. They go play action with Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Mixon trying to punch it in into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. They'll give it to him up the middle, and they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Here's a run with Mixon, and this time he is in. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Chargers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Herbert. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead. Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. The Bengal pressure gets him that time, down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6. They snap it to Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert back to the air. Being chased out left. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And he's got it. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end.
Herbert has it knocked free. And the Bengals grab it. Through an opening, and there he goes. The 40. Past the 20. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had a goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. Dancing to his left. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now a 1st down throw complete downfield. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, Herbert. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. One last throw here for Herbert. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. It was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome, and this one's over. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2.